All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay. I started this journey on my first day of kindergarten. I'm now going into my senior year of high school. My life has been changed for the better because of the teachers I had who supported me. The past 2 years of school have affected everyone. When we look at teachers, it has changed the way they define their teaching. For students online, school could have positively affected them or it could have had negative changes, such as they could have had a harder time involving themselves in class, or it could have had also changed how motivated they were to push themselves. A positive way could be, for example, they found new ways to reach out to their teacher that is more comfortable for them. It could have also formed new friendships between students that had never met before. For me, I had both positive and negative experiences with online learning. For example, I made a new friendship with someone I had never met before, and this carried on until now. Because we met on different terms than my other friends, this friendship is different from other friends I have, meaning I don't normally talk to them about anything but school subjects or reflecting back on the past year. Looking back to the past 2 years or so, I have found that school has been a huge part of my social life, meaning that I was able to talk to people I care about and learn at the same time. Thus, with online learning, I have lost those connections due to not being able to be in school. I've had positive experiences with online learning. I found it was easier to reach out to my teachers when I was having a harder time with work. I also found I was able to grow with my interests in mind without feeling the pressure to act or dress a certain way. I lack an understanding of what it was like for those much younger than me to go through similar experiences. Knowing how much teachers have influenced me throughout my school life, and knowing that there are students much younger than me and still shaping themselves, is what really inspired me to pursue this project, to understand what COVID-19 might mean to those still growing. Children and young adults rely on this social aspect of school to shape who they are going to be after they graduate. This is called social-emotional learning. Nadine Hesma from the Dominican University of California did a research paper on the effects of students not having this social-emotional learning aspect. They said, according to Greenberg, SEL competencies positively impact student achievements in social behavior and lower conduct problems and emotional distress. They also made a point by saying, social-emotional learning has academic, social, and emotional benefits. Knowing this, I can see why that the lack of social connections from school to students may be feeling as disconnected as I was. When being in a public setting after the main lockdown, it felt very awkward. It was almost as if I had forgotten how to present myself in front of other people that I did not know. It also meant that I became hyper aware of the actions of those around me, and I interpreted them as negative when it may not have been. I was able to be around people I didn't know my whole life, and I forgot how to present myself. Those in elementary school or even middle school may have a problem now because they were not able to gain that social emotional learning aspect in a very important time. This is why, for my community piece of this project, I wanted to see how students are finding ways to reach out. It was very important for us and the future generations to be able to grow in ways that have never been possible before now. I was given the opportunity to observe students in a classroom setting. I was looking to see if the teachers have kept those ways that were used to support students during the COVID-19 pandemic. I was also looking to see if those students were reaching out more when help was needed to fully understand the topic and involve themselves in the class. As someone with younger siblings, I tend to not have the same understanding and thought process that they might have. I also am lacking the knowledge that will help me support them right now. My project portfolio is addressing the different learning styles and creating a way to teach early education students addition. I have implemented examples of worksheets that hypothetically could be used in a classroom to teach each learning style. After completing this, I feel like I have the basic understanding of how teachers have to adapt and accommodate for every student's needs. This is something that a teacher needs to be able to do in order to support each student in the right way. It is also something that all teachers of all grades have to acknowledge and apply to teach each of their lesson plans. After creating those hypothetical lesson plans and watching firsthand what it's like for a teacher to plan how to support each student in every way, I am amazed how I was able to get so much support from my past teachers. The time that it could have taken for those teachers to accommodate my needs for just one lesson must have been very long. I also have to think about the money spent from the teachers that allow the students to have the appropriate learning tools. In elementary school, the class had fidgets that any other student could use. In my Latin class of freshman and sophomore year, my teacher would go out of her way to buy tools for students to use to better their learning capabilities. Before I did this project, it never truly hit me just how much the teachers dedicate their lives to the students. I am grateful I got to do this project because to have the perspective is truly amazing.
Yay, nice.
It definitely was not 6 minutes.
Okay, it was 6:27.
Oh, heck yeah!